everybody, long time no see. I know I've been a bit absent from YouTube a bit lately, that's just for personal reasons, but I'm back today and I've just decided to do like a chit chatty video. So let me just close the window because there are some workmen doing some work outside and it's probably going to ruin the whole video. We'll start off with primer. My favourite primer is by Soap and Glory. It isn't as cheap as some of the primers, and the reason why I like this one, it's called One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. It's got a shine block, 24-hour, matte spheres and pore shrink technology. The reason why I like this is because it stops your foundation looking cakey, and I like a full coverage foundation because I hate my freckles, and I know a lot of people say they're a sign of beauty, but I just don't like them and I like to cover them all up. So this is why I use this primer, and I concentrate it more like in the central area where all the pores start to show around your nose, and I pop it over all my freckles as well because I just find it makes it look that bit more what's the word? Perfection? I don't know. Favourite foundation is, as you can tell, it's absolutely filthy. It's from Bourjois. It's their 123 Perfect Correcting Pigment Zero Imperfections Concealer, and it's got anti-dark circles, anti-dull complexion and anti-redness. So it's actually got yellow, purple and green pigmentation in this. And I find it's the colour 52 Vanilla is absolutely perfect. I can't speak. It's absolutely perfect for my skin tone, and it's actually what I've got on today, and it goes on so well. It blends in seamlessly, and it's just, I find it quite full coverage. I don't know if it is actually full coverage foundation. It doesn't actually say. And it's got an SPF of 10 in it as well. Sticking with Bourjois for my concealer, I use the Radiance Reveal Concealer. I've been using it for about a year now. I use 01 Ivory, and it just brightens up. Whatever you want it to brighten up, it will brighten up. And it's just on a little end like that, and you just pop it on wherever you want it. And it smells so nice. It just smells quite fruity. It just smells really nice. So it corrects, illuminates and gives 24-hour hydration. That is my favourite drug. My favourite setting powder is the Rimmel Match Perfection Silky Loose Face Powder in the colour 001 Transparent. This, you can't get any better. I've tried quite a few from the drugstore, but this is the best. As you can see, it's well loved and there isn't a lot left in there, so I don't need to get another one of them. I just use it to set underneath my eyes and underneath my contour as well. For dark circles, because I'm not a very good sleeper, who is these days, I use the NYX Dark Circle Corrector Concealer in the colour 01 Fair, and this is absolutely fantastic for just before I actually put my Bourjois concealer on. I should have shown this first, to be honest. Before I even put my foundation on, this will go on underneath, and it's just like in a little pot like that, and you just dab a bit on and it instantly covers all the dark circles that you have. I mean, you can still see them a little bit, but then it's nothing compared to what it would be like if I had no makeup on at all. For eyebrows, to be honest with you, I don't tend to stray from my Anastasia dip brow, but if I had to choose a favourite for eyebrows, it'd be the Collection Work the Colour eyebrow kit. And as you can see, I'll just open it up. It's absolutely disgusting. It's filthy. It's well loved. As you can see, the middle colour's well loved, and I love it that it actually comes with a brow setting gel, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It is a good little kit, and I can't remember how much it is. I've had this for a few years now, and it's never let me down, but maybe I should try switching it up for the brows every now and again. But this is by far the best one I've come across in the drugstore. I mean, Sleek do a nice one as well, but I just prefer this, to be honest with you. The formula's much better. Let's go on to blush. And my favourite blushes by far is Makeup Geek, and my favourite blushes are Infatuation, which is this one, which is kind of like a naturalist colour, think they're about £6-7 each. They come in a pan like this and you can pop them in a little Z palette. I just pop them in here. And my other favourite blush is Bliss, which is more of a corally colour, because I think corally shades do tend to suit my complexion a lot better than pinky ones do. So what I actually do is I actually rub them both together and pop them on the apples of my cheek there, and that's how I've actually got these on today. And I just think they look so natural. They give you that little bit of flush and it looks really nice, and they're so inexpensive. You can't actually get Makeup Geek in the UK. I actually order it off a website called Beauty Bay, and I just think they're just so inexpensive. They're so cheap. I think they're £7. They're around the £7, and you can actually get like a bigger Z palette and you can collect them all, because they remind me a bit of the MAC ones, but I think the quality of them's actually a lot better. And yeah. Bronzer. My favourite drugstore bronzer is the MUA one. It's the Bronze and Sculpt Contour Kit. So I'll just open that up. I've got it in the colour light to medium. It comes with a highlighter, but the highlighters, it's okay. It's questionable. I don't really use the highlighter. I go in because I just absolutely love the colour of it. It's the perfect colour for what I want. And I actually use this to contour around the temples of my head, just to make my forehead not look as bigger. And that's the colour it comes out. It's so pigmented, and it, for the price, I think it was £4. For the price, it's absolutely brilliant, and that is my favourite drugstore bronzer. I know that was a contour kit, but I don't use it as a contour kit. My favourite drugstore contour kit, I do have a lot of contour kits, is the NYX Highlight Contour Pro palette, and it just comes in a standard colour. Now, I've had this quite a while. We've actually got NYX in Boots stores in the UK at the moment, which they're always busy when you go to them. It's just like such a hype for us, and I'm like, oh, we've got NYX in our stores, I can't believe it, blah blah blah. Every time I go, it's so busy, no matter what store you go in. But I've had this a while. I was quite disheartened to see that they didn't sell refills, because they actually pop out of the pan. I have done a full product review of this contour palette. I will link it in the description box below. But they do actually come out. And on the American website, you can actually buy refills for them, which I think is fantastic. But you can in the UK, no matter what store I've looked at, they just sell the palette like this. So does it mean I'm going to have to buy a new palette every single time I want a new one? Because to be honest, I'm coming pretty low on this one. But as for pigmentation and quality and price, it's absolutely fantastic. It's £18 and you get all these colours in it, and I just think it's such good value for money, and it's such good quality. And any palette with the banana colour in it, I'm all for it, because I am a bit crazy about the banana. Sorry, I have an itchy eyebrow. And you know when you can't itch your eyebrow because you draw them on. We'll go on to highlight. This is the highlight I've actually got on today. It's the Makeup Revolution's highlighter palette, and it just says highlight on the back. I've actually mentioned this in maybe a video before, like, of my purchases. Oh my god, it's literally like gleaming. So these are the 3 highlighter shades you get in this palette. I'm not sure how much this is. I want to say around £6 to £8 if I had to guess, but the colours are so pigmented, and the colours I've actually got on today are a mix of these two, and look how pigmented they are. They are absolutely, this one more than this one, but I do like to mix them together. And then you've got like a violet shade on the end, and they are so stunning. This was a toss-up between, actually I'll get it out because I do actually have another favourites, and it's the Sleek Solstice palette. The only reason this one won is because you get more in it. They're pretty much the same, if I have to be honest, for pigmentation. I'll just swatch these for you. See, look, these are really, really, really pigmented, and I find that sometimes just for a day look they are a little bit too pigmented, so probably best for the day and best for the night drugstore. This is £10, this is between 6 and 8. You can't go wrong. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to wipe it on the carpet. Don't tell anyone I've just wiped them on the carpet. But you get 4 different colours in this one, a little brush. One of them's actually a cream contour, which I tend to stay away from cream contours. I don't blend them in, but it is a tie between these two. You can't make me pick. I won't pick. Favourite eyeshadow palette has to be by far Makeup Revolution. I don't particularly have a favourite palette, but the one I've actually used the most out of them all is the Pink Fizz, which looks like this. It smells. Actually, this one doesn't smell. This one doesn't smell, ignore me. The colours in it are so pigmented, so creamy, and I think they're $9.99 each. I've got a few of these chocolate bar palettes. I think they're like a dupe for the Too Faced ones, but I just think that for the price, and if you're on a budget, these are absolutely fantastic. You can get such different looks out of them. I just think it's brilliant. I cannot moan about these at all. Favourite lip liners by far, by a mile, are Barry M. I have quite a few of their lip liners now. They're very inexpensive, couple of pound each if that. They glide on so well. I'll actually draw one on here. I'll do a little swatchy. With no effort whatsoever, at all. You just get really high pigmentation with the Barry M ones. So if I had to choose a favourite drugstore lip liner, it'll be Barry M. Wins every time because I've got so many of them, and I do tend to grab for them a lot when I wear my lipstick. My favourite lipsticks are the Rosy for Autograph, which they are sold in Marks and Spencer's. Lipsticks, I've actually accumulated 4 of them now. They're not as cheap, they are quite on the pricey side. They're £14 each, but the colour payoff and the pigmentation that you get from them, and the smell like chocolate, is absolutely fantastic. And when they have 20% off days and things like that, you can't really go wrong. So this is my most recent purchase, Supermodel Kiss. I'll actually swatch that on my hand, and you can just see the pigmentation. Oh, smells so good, so creamy. It reminds me of white chocolate, if I had to say what they smell like. The packaging's absolutely stunning, rose gold. It's got magnetic shut, and I know they're quite expensive, but I'm tending to find that I'm reaching for these over my MAC ones. And I used to love MAC lipsticks, but these have overtaken my MAC ones by a landslide. My favourite liquid lipsticks, which I'm putting in a different category because that is the way I roll. I've got absolutely obsessed with these. I want every single one. I tend to find I'm wearing these every day. I've got one on now. It's the NYX Lingerie lipsticks. I can't get enough of them. I literally put the lipstick on in the morning. It'll be on all day. I won't even need to retouch. I might need to put a little bit of balm on just to stop the dryness, but you can eat, you can drink. That baby ain't budging. That ain't budging. The one I've got on today is Bedtime Flirt, which is this one here. So that's what I've actually got on today, so you can see. My favourite one is Honeymoon, which is the darker shade here. I do actually want Beauty Spot, but I can't find it anywhere. Every time I go into a Boots, I look for them. My local Boots don't do these, so I have to travel all the way over to Meadowhall just to get some of these, or the bigger Boots if they've got. You can actually order them online, but you like to have a look in store. I just think they're so stunning, and they're £6.50 each. I think they're an absolute bargain, and I think are they like a dupe for the Kylie Jenner lip kits, I would like to say, because to be honest they are quite dry, and I'm not gonna lie, but put a little bit of lip balm on during the day just to stop that dryness, and yeah. And my favourite mascara is the L'Oreal Telescopic Telescopic Infinite Length Fibres Mascara in magnetic black. I tend to find myself using this whenever I want to use a drugstore foundation. It has been repurchased, and it is something I will continue to love for a long time. I think it's about $12.99, something like that. So yeah, that was everything in my favourite drugstores list. I just like watching these kind of videos, and it's nice to just have a sit down, no studio lights, no messing about, just me and the camera, just a little bit of chit chat and catch up. Please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate that. Please check out my Facebook and Instagram accounts. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye.